Wrestlers are refusing to work together. A long-running faction breaking up. A wrestling pyro near miss over the weekend. And more. I'm Ollie Davis, and this is the WrestleTalk News.
Support WrestleTalk!
It's been a pretty good start to 2025 for wrestling so far. Kenny Omega is back in the ring and immediately putting on the best match of the year. WWE Raw has moved to Netflix, bringing in a whole new mainstream audience. And finally, Liv Morgan is no longer the women's champion. But the most exciting tease for something happening this year leaked over the weekend. Eddie Kingston's beard. I don't know whether he's a Zen master or he's about to set someone on fire. Kingston fractured his tibia and tore the ACL and meniscus in his right knee last May in a New Japan Strong match against Gabe Kidd. These new pictures have been shared by the former AEW and NXT wrestler Cesar Bononi, who's helping train Kingston for his return, which will likely be sometime in June, which only gives more time for the beard to grow stronger. It's lucky, in a way, that Kingston wasn't able to wrestle over the weekend, because that fearsome beard could have been singed right off. On Saturday, the 11th of January, Major League Wrestling's Kings of Colosseum show was main evented by the former WWE star Matt Riddle challenging Japanese wrestling legend Satoshi Kojima for the promotion's World Heavyweight Championship, with Kojima being champion since last February. Riddle won to become the new top champion, kicking off what they're calling the Bro Era in MLW, because thank you Taylor Swift, now everything is an era. But during Riddle's post-match celebration, F4W Online is reporting Pyro shot right into Kojima's face. He was in a lot of pain and everyone freaked out, but he was okay. You can't see the exact moment on the show feed, which is available to watch for free on MLW's YouTube channel, but you can see Kojima on the canvas holding his head seconds after Riddle's pyro goes off, with a referee checking on him at ringside. Because Kojima is freaking tough though, he still got to his feet to hug Riddle. Over in WWE, the promotion still seems unsure over what their main events are for their biggest show of the year, WrestleMania, in just over 3 months' time. A lot of this is down to Rock the Dwayne Johnson and how he feels at any particular moment. For instance, after being his uber-heel final boss character throughout the majority of 2024, where he was explicitly building a match against WWE champion Cody Rhodes, from pinning him in the Mania 40 tag match, giving him the secret object on the post-Mania Raw, and doing a throat slit gesture at him at October's Bad Blood, The Rock decided to drop all that on Raw's Netflix debut and joke with Cody about how he was going to shag his mum. Thanks, Rock! I love you too! I'm dying inside! The Wrestling Observer newsletter has reported that the planned Rock vs. Cody match for WrestleMania is indeed dead. And now Fightful Select might have revealed how long WWE have known that that wasn't their direction anymore. Apparently, Rock and Cody filmed an angle at the Moana 2 premiere that served to squash their beef that may never see the light of day. We're told after Raw on Netflix, it served basically the same purpose. The Moana 2 premiere took place on the 22nd of November, the week before Survivor Series War Games, which Cody attended, sharing photos from the event in Hawaii with his wife Brandy and their daughter. So that means WWE have known for at least 6 weeks that The Rock was planning on not facing Cody at Mania 41, before they shot the weird and abrupt makeup promo on the Netflix Raw. Fightful confirmed that Rhodes vs. The Rock is no longer on the Mania card, which is the reason backstage plans have shifted to Rhodes facing John Cena. Apparently, WWE Creative are under the impression that The Rock won't wrestle at all at WrestleMania 41. But that could always change, as he might decide to face Roman Reigns, which all makes a John Cena Royal Rumble win quite a bit more likely. While I personally wouldn't have Cena win the Rumble, I think the better story is to have him keep just losing his big opportunities throughout the year, making him increasingly more desperate to win the 17th world title. The current odds have John as the favourite to win. And just going by cold, hard business metrics, that might be the right decision, as WrestleTix has posted that 3,112 tickets have been sold in the 7 days since Cena announced he'll be entering the Rumble, pushing the 56,000 capacity stadium event to a near sellout. And that John Cena is once again proving why he's the top draw in the business at the box office. Since I began tracking major wrestling shows in 2021, his return for the Summer of Cena added 2,000 to 3,000 tickets at minimum to every show he appeared on. Very few can replicate that today. The Rock comes close when he's around. CM Punk moves the needles in key markets like his hometown, Los Angeles and New York. Roman Reigns has become a legitimate draw almost everywhere, though not quite at Cena's level, and Cody Rhodes has made a noticeable impact, particularly on domestic house shows when they were running. Cena is likely to continue delivering at a very high level in 2025 for his farewell tour, even with ticket prices at an all-time high, which is a testament to Cena's appeal, which might drive families who buy more tickets as a group to come see him. The sad tragedy is ultimately when they get there, they can't see him. I don't know if it's fair to attribute those 2,000 to 3,000 tickets in the last 7 days to just Cena though. Both Punk and Roman Reigns also declared themselves for the Royal Rumble. And this was Raw's first week on Netflix, which might have hit a whole load of new ticket buying fans. Whatever it is though, it's pretty exciting. Cena winning the Rumble and going against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship to break the all-time world title record. Wow, with that sort of creativity, I wonder what WWE have planned for the World Heavyweight title. No! 9! According to PW Insider Elite, there have been creative pitches for Logan Paul to face Gunther at WrestleMania 41. Now, before we spiral into that darkest timeline, let's try half the copium. As PW Insider themselves note of their own report, these are just pitches, and not the actual plans. There's plenty of time for that match to change. In fact, just last week, Logan Paul was reportedly facing Cena before Cena got moved to Cody. And this is me reminding everyone here, along the road to WrestleMania are strewn many shiny and distracting objects. And when you veer off to check them out, you realise you've been tricked by Disinformation-a-mania. This time of the year usually has WWE leak out multiple fake plans to throw dirt sheet reporters off the scent and to protect their surprises. Last year, for instance, Sports Illustrated reported that Gunther was going to squash Seth Rollins and win his World Heavyweight title at Mania 40. That didn't happen, and was likely never anything more than an idea thrown around in the writing room. While WWE is on the road to WrestleMania though, they could be swinging by AEW to pick up a returning passenger. Will Ospreay had a fantastic match against Buddy Matthews on last Wednesday's AEW Dynamite. No surprise there. What was intriguing, however, was Ospreay's post-match speech. He told Matthews that neither him or Brody King needed to follow a leader. This was a reference to their House of Black boss, Malachi Black. After that segment, Fightful reported that Black is expected to be leaving AEW, with him set to become a free agent in either February or March. Then, on Saturday's Collision, Adam Copeland told Brody King and Julia Hart backstage that he respects both of them, and it's time for them to take the reins at the House of Black faction and run it. Hart has now told Denise Salcedo about Malachi's potential departure, where she replied, "I think we'll be okay, and whatever he decides to do with his career is his business, and I wish him all the best no matter what." But also, the rumours aren't confirmed or anything, so I don't know what exactly is going on. Anything could be happening. We don't know. So it's just a matter of fact, whatever happens, happens, and I'm happy for him no matter what happens, and I think House of Black will be okay no matter what happens. But Malachi isn't the only name AEW will be missing, as Fightful is reporting Darby Allin has been off the road as of late because he started training for his Mount Everest climb and isn't expected back for months. He was supposed to take time off to climb Mount Everest last year, but an injury meant he had to push it back a year. Some have speculated that Darby could be the one who eventually beats Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship. But with Allin not being around until the spring, perhaps AEW have other plans. A much more problematic wrestler is Tessa Blanchard, who recently returned to TNA after she was accused of bullying behaviour behind the scenes back in 2020, accusations which Tessa denies. She's currently in a rivalry with Jordynne Grace, who reportedly pushed back on the idea of working with Blanchard, and now a fan has suggested Tessa work with former TNA Knockouts champion and current AEW wrestler Deonna Purrazzo, to which Purrazzo simply replied with, "Nah." And when Deonna's very good friend and current Women's United States champion in WWE Chelsea Green posted about how positive the women's locker room is right now, someone responded talking about Tessa, to which Green replied in a since deleted post, "This is giving me the ick. You thinking defending a racist bully is cool? Someone tell them, lol. The Wrestling Observer had previously reported that some women in WWE do want to work with Blanchard, and her TNA run could be a test to see if she could be brought back. But given Chelsea's seemingly still strong feelings, that might be a difficult task. Do you like defusing bombs? Do you like electric shocks? Do you like Sullivan and Dom not being very good at VR? Then go over to our video game channel Control Freaks right now and watch them play Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, but with electric shocks. Here's a clip.
Beep, beep. Oh my god! Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. I'm gonna cut them off! Oh, fuck!